Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to the Don't Stifle Me podcast. My name is Jacob Stiefel, and here on the podcast is where I get to sit down with guests from all across music and performing arts, and we talk about the ups and downs of life, this crazy life that we are living, and the different people's path of trying to turn what you're passionate about into a career and a future, and the wonderful and sometimes awful things that can come up along the way, and whatever else we tend to talk about in these crazy conversations that I get to have. But before I get into it, I do want to mention a few things. First off, I'm a singer and songwriter myself. If you'd like to check my music out, I have 3 CDs on iTunes and Spotify and all that, or you can check out a lot more at jacobstiefel.com. Secondly, if or when you plan on getting something off of Amazon.com, before you do that, you could help the podcast out a lot if you'd first jump over to don'tstifleme.com and click the Amazon banner right there on the homepage, and it'll take you back to Amazon. You'll pay the same price that you would have in the first place, but we'll get a small commission for sending you there from our website. So it helps us out. It's no different for you. It's a win-win. Let's see. What was next? Well, first off, I hope you're having a fantastic day, morning, evening, night, whatever time it is when you're listening to this. Thank you for being here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, that's it. If you like, there's another way to help support the podcast here. If you're interested, over at patreon.com/DSM podcast. You can pledge a small amount of money, a couple bucks, $3, $5, whatever you want to do every month. And it comes out once a month, and that goes to help pay for the podcast things, hosting and different fees that are associated with me taking the time to do this. And once again, that is patreon.com/DSM podcast. And you get some behind the scenes pictures and videos and MP3s and stuff. And it's all over there. If you want to go check that out, wonderful. But now, right here, right now, my guest for today's episode is Davis Nix. Davis, actually, he also brought along his guitar player, Jimmy TearDrop. Davis is an artist and a singer-songwriter from Montgomery, Alabama, originally, but he now lives here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with a bunch of us other crazy folks. But the three of us hung out and talked about blues nicknames and drowning in the ocean and New Year's Eve shows of the past and a bunch of other crazy stuff. I could go on, or you could just listen and hear for yourself. So here's my talk with Davis Nix and Jimmy TearDrop.
Pick it up the piano.
It ain't dying I'm talking about, it's living.
Okay, gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Let's introduce ourselves. Everybody knows me. Nobody cares about me.
Mm-hmm. Davis Nix.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do, Davis Nix? Who are you? Where are you?
I'm from Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an Alabama boy.
There you go.
I'm an artist, I guess you could say. I write songs and travel around, play music like,
Yeah, man.
the thing,
Doing the thing. Who's your fella you got here with you?
This is my buddy, plays guitar with me, Mr. Jimmy TearDrop. He's from Alabama too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Mobile.
There you go.
Pardon me.
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Y'all calm down.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an Auburn.
I'm an Auburn fan. Yes, I like to fish too, Why listening to, no, I don't know. I haven't been fishing in a while.
We were watching that the Alabama-Georgia game the other day.
Great game.
And, it's a great football game. And Chance and I were just on the edge of our seat. Towards the end of the game, it's like, we could very well probably lose this game. That's how we felt about it. And Chance at one point looked over and said, just think, this is how Auburn fans watch every football game.
Kyle Hussey, guy that plays drums with us every now and then, he posted something like congratulations to all my friends that are Bama fans, but it's almost like congratulating Bill Gates on winning the lottery. I was like, yeah, it's about right.
It's tough
good.
being on top,
Yeah, because the day that the bottom hits, it's going to happen,
It's all cycles, phases and stages, like old Willie said.
Phases and stages.
So where'd the name TearDrop come from?
Oh, jeez. It's sort of
I was going to know people. Ask that.
Everybody asks
Right,
that,
yeah,
and I guess the truth is that a buddy of ours had this habit of giving musicians nicknames.
Yeah.
And I have overproductive tear glands, so I'll just be hanging out, and probably happened today at some point. Tears come down my face. So he gave me Jimmy Teardrop.
But it's not anything emotional.
No,
It's just it happens.
yeah.
Interesting.
I like to, why are you crying, man?
Well, like my dad was a blues guitar player, and
Yeah.
he had a blues name. Everybody called him Blue Lou.
Okay.
And you got Blind Willie such and such,
Right.
Blind this or whatever, blue. Everybody's got a blues name in that field. And so the joke was, if I had a blues name, because of the overproductive tear glands, it would be Weepin' James Womble. James Womble being my real name.
Okay.
And the tagline was, "I got the blues so bad I cry all the time."
Yeah.
And then that got condensed to Jimmy Teardrop.
That's the story. There it is.
You don't get to pick them.
No, not the ones that stick anyway.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, so we got Mobile. And what part of Alabama did you say? Montgomery?
Montgomery.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Montgomery.
When were you born?
11/11/87.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Veterans Day
There you go.
87. Yeah.
You're just a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
I was born August of 87.
Okay. Yeah.
Happy birthday then, a month ago.
Ye-
Right?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. 31.
It's a good age. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I like 31.
Yeah.
I feel much better about myself than I did at 21. I had a lot of fun at 21,
Yeah.
but 21, 22, 23 was not my healthiest years of life.
I would. That would be the same for me.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm still living that. I'm 26. I'm almost out of the woods.
Yeah, there you go.
Almost
That's
out of the
yeah,
woods.
you're-
I'm getting it together.
Well, there's times
Slowly.
I'll, get down, if not most of the time, actually. I guess I
Talking about like James Brown getting down, bust a move. Or something?
yeah, but not like that TV interview you did when you got out of jail that one day. Yeah.
Sex machine. Feel good. That's a great interview. People, if you don't know, you got to go find the James Brown news interview. When was that? Like around 1990-ish?
Yeah, it was
Early
like
90s?
80, late 80s,
Late
early
80s,
90s.
yeah.
It's on CNN.
He's like way cracked out, like super cracked out
Oh,
on
yeah.
some kind of drugs.
That's like a whole other
And-
level.
Yeah. And this news anchor, she's trying so hard to have an interview. And he just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He doesn't, like, she'll ask a question about a trial he's going through. He's like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the world tour. I feel good. I'm a sex machine. Get up off that thing.
I'm high on love.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Davis, how long you been in Nashville?
So this is my second round. First round being I went to Middle Tennessee State University. So this round it's been a year and a half.
Okay.
So
When, how long have you been playing music or whatever? When did you start? When you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, my mother and father, they, mom's a great piano player, great singer. Dad's a great singer, acoustic guitar player and songwriter. And I mean, it was
So you
just
just
always
grew
in
up
the
around
house.
it. Yeah, it
it
was just always around.
one of those stories, you know.
You got brothers or sisters or anything?
I got an older brother, 2 years older. Yeah, Trey.
Does he play, sing, do anything?
He does, but not for a living. When he was younger, I was actually showing James. My brother put out one record when he was 16, and I was 14, and I engineered it, produced it, played drums on it, and we found it on Spotify last night, and we listened to it. So he used to have that want to do it, but he's in politics.
Right.
So,
What kind of politics? I want to hear about this. What does he do?
well, I really don't know exactly what he does. I don't know his day-to-day, but
One of those cloudy political positions that you can't.
well, no, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I have no problem telling people that,
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat by
Yeah.
all means. But nonetheless, he does a lot of campaign managing, to put it simply.
Cool.
You know, he's good at the fundraising and financial parts too, but I don't know if how much of a hand he has in that.
Right.
But he's just, he's a brilliant mind when it comes to all that. He's been very successful as he's been doing it over the years. So that being said, you know, whenever we get together, we still play guitar. They live in Raleigh, North Carolina now.
Okay.
Him and my sister-in-law. So.
Cool.
Well,
hey man, it takes everybody. That's right. I'm a part-time Lyft driver, and I was driving last night and give a ride to a guy to the airport, and we were talking about music and all the different things that I do. And I asked him, I said, "So what do you do?" He's like, I forgot, like an engineer, not an engineer, but he works in engineering, having to do with appliances, like cooking appliances and stuff. I was like, he sounded like. Not ashamed, but not like super proud to tell people that whatever. He was just like, it's all right. This is a job. I said, man, it takes everybody, you know.
Yeah.
People got to eat too. You got to have stuff to cook on. You got to have, you know, it takes, to make the world go around. Everybody can't.
That's right.
If everybody played music, then it wouldn't be special and nobody'd care, you know. So
that's right.
It's an interesting career. I wonder if anybody sits out like when they're a teenager, like, I know what I'm going to do when I get older. I'm going to design appliances.
Yeah.
Maybe
he said he started
just fall into it.
Yeah,
know?
he said he was like, I don't know if he was a cook or is a cook or something, but he worked in cooking, and then that kind of led to working with appliances, and then that led to helping design appliances. So he designs like things to do. I don't know.
Where
at that point we got to the airport and he got out of my car, and then that's all I know about that.
Yeah. Where your passion will take you.
Yeah, man. What'd you go to? You said you went to Middle Tennessee.
Yep.
After high school.
Yeah.
What'd you study there?
Music business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you graduate. So were you playing and gigging and singing and stuff at this point?
Yeah, I was actually. I wouldn't say I was hustling down Broadway, but I got to play Broadway every now and then.
Yeah.
So I got my Broadway taste then, and I played it a couple times.
So that was like,
with Wes Loper
05 to 08 era, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Then I moved to Birmingham, started working for McMillan Associates, which their baby was City Stages.
Okay.
So I was an intern there for 6 months, and then got offered the job and worked there.
Yeah.
For
So
like
what kind of stuff
3
were you
years.
doing with that?
Well, to be honest, I mean, it was like it wasn't just City Stages.
Yeah.
We did like Race for the Cure stuff. We did Sidewalk Film Festival, Independent Film Festival. We did a lot of the logistical and backbone work of stuff for, say, like Jubilee City Fest in Montgomery.
So different festivals. It was all like festival.
They would hire out our firm, or George McMillan's firm, who was my boss, and we had a team, and we would work 362 days out of the year on City Stages. You know, it takes 362 days to put on 3-day festival.
Right.
You know.
So what were you? Were y'all scheduling like the music part of things, or the food, or the organization? Like what kind of stuff were y'all?
So we're
doing?
almost a management firm, if you will, in the degree of we would get someone like Red Mountain to be the buyer, or AC Entertainment to be the buyer for the festival.
Okay.
And we would make sure, but like we did like site planning too. So like I remember one morning I'd be with this guy I worked with, Andrew Bell, who's like, we'd be up for days setting up for 72 hours setting up for City Stages. And I remember going with him at like 4:00 in the morning to make sure the guys with the porta potties were coming in.
City Stages, for people that listening, is a big festival. Is that in Birmingham?
It was, yeah. So I think they did almost 30 years. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. But yeah, it was
for
a big
long time
music festival. Yeah.
And they don't do it anymore?
I don't think they do it anymore. I think they do something called Secret Stages now, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't think that the firm
there's
I
so
work
many
for.
damn different festivals now. I know there's one. At one point, I heard of one in Birmingham called like Jam and the Ham or something like that. And there's just, I feel like every time you turn around,
they have the crawfish bowl there.
Yeah, people are having festivals, which is cool. It's all good and well, but there's rarely anymore are there like just one festival a year or whatever. Usually now there's like one a quarter or something. I feel like, I don't know.
There's a lot of festivals out there, and then a lot of them die after a little while because they're not managed properly.
Right.
And I got to see how.
Did you say that there were people in the music business, not managing something properly.
It's hilarious, right?
Right.
Who'd have thought?
I mean,
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. All right.
You know, learning
Every 94% of every venue or bar or restaurant I've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Let's hope you still have gigs after this.
What are you going to do? You're not going to pay me my $7,500 or whatever.
You go to the other place.
75 or 100, not 7,500, by the way.
Yeah, you're getting the top dollar down there.
People hear that and be like, that guy's making 7,500.
Yeah, you need a guitar
If I was,
player.
I was
Give me
making
$50.
$7,500. Yeah. How long were you with that company, McMillan?
3 years.
Cool. So
learning from the porta potty to the walkie-talkie to the hospitality tent to the staging to the audio, the lighting to the stage managing.
So y'all
to
were just
everything.
over all of that.
Yeah, how many towels and bottles of water? I mean, everything that goes into setting up a small town or city.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
ultimately.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I bet you also got to like make a lot of connections with people through that you could keep up with like through the years.
I still do, probably
so
4
important.
or 5 of them. Yeah, at least, you know.
Cool. When so you were still playing and stuff while you were doing that?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, that was like
sounds like that would keep you very busy.
I mean, I was at work at 9:30 in the morning. You know? But it wasn't like I went to the office and like was sitting there at a computer all day or doing faxes or something or whatever. You know, it's like we'd go there and we'd probably sit in a meeting real quick about whatever event we were needing to do or stuff we had to get done, and then it was being outside and going to get things done.
Yeah,
so
very cool. So you did that a few years. What was after that?
Ooh, what was after that? So that'd be 2011-ish. I moved to Knoxville. And was that 2000?
Why in the world would you ever want to move to Knoxville? I'm just kidding.
So I love backpacking and kayaking.
Yeah.
Or I used to. I haven't done it in a while now.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since then. But I became a backpacking guide and a whitewater rafting guide.
Really?
On the Dirty Bird, the Pigeon River.
You had had of the music business stuff, and you're like, I'm going to go be outside for a little while?
Yeah, well, City Stages ended up, basically that festival, nobody wanted to do city festivals anymore. Everybody wanted destination festivals.
Okay.
Bonder or Hangout or, the beach or the woods or Vegas, whatever, right? So a lot of our city festivals have died because of that, which is another conversation. And so I was like, what am I going to do? So I went to Knoxville, played in like a little folk / bluegrass band, if you will, but I wasn't flat top picking,
Okay.
It was more just picking, and wanted to go do the outdoors, man. And
did you grow up doing that kind of stuff? Outdoors, hiking, fishing, camping stuff?
Yeah, a lot of camping and whatnot, cool. With folks, so I always loved that. And I had a friend that was living up there that I was reconnecting with, so it was like game on basically with that. And I did that for a year and like made no money.
Yeah.
I
would imagine that would be another passion project kind of a thing, to where if people that really want to do it, I don't know, you have to start out here not making money and then get to a certain level of where you eventually make money somewhere. I don't know. I'm still trying to find those levels myself. So.
It was definitely like, hell, I'm still young right now, but being that age, it was like, really I just wanted to do the backpacking, not the white water, because I drowned when I was like 13 or 14 years old. So, right. So
did you have to be like brought back to life and shit?
In a certain degree, yes. You know,
pump water out of you or something?
Wow. Yeah. I had so much salt water in me, and
was it at the
throw
beach?
It up, couldn't breathe. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a whole nother story, but it just put a lot of fear in me over, it was hard to take a shower, any kind of water closing your eyes. So, the way I had to get over that was like, I'm going to go do this effing whitewater thing. Yeah, and I remember the training for that, like, brought me to life, because we'd be in the raft, and our guide who was training us to be guides, we'd go through like a class 4 rapid, and he'd be like, everybody jump out and get back in.
Oh,
you had to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Buddy, But I felt so alive, you know. So there's that reason too, you know, of like trying to confront your fear.
For sure. That's awesome.
You know, and grow that way. But after that, it was just music. And
I want to hear about the drowning.
Okay.
What happened with that?
I was...
Let's relive some nightmares here.
Yeah. So I was 13, 14. I was with, it was like the first week of June, and I was with a buddy and his family, and so we went down to the beach. It was a red flag, but we saw some kids younger than us in the water, you know?
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, well, it doesn't look that bad, you know?
Yeah.
So it was myself, my buddy Chase, his older brother, Brody, I think was his name. And I think he was in his 20s or whatnot. And then Chase's sister's boyfriend, Matt. So it was us four. Went out there. Riptide took me, right? Took all of us, really. But Chase and everybody else could get in. I couldn't, right? 14, I didn't know. You know, everybody's like, man, why don't you just swim parallel or whatever? And it's like, hold on. I was 14. I didn't know anything about this stuff.
So it was pulling you back out?
Kept on taking me out there. And I got past the sandbar, I guess. It was really far out there. And I was getting tired. And, like, Matt tried to come out there and rescue me. But all I remember was, like, trying to grab onto him and, like, all the suntan lotion he had on or whatever, you know, the SPF stuff. And I was just slipping off of him, you know.
Yeah.
And
how long were you out there?
Actually, I really don't know. It felt like a year, you know.
Yeah.
And then Chase's older brother would come out there, same thing. And he was like, man, I remember him screaming at me like, I got to go back in, you know, if I can't get you back in, because he was starting to drown too. Wow. So I don't know how he could get back in. I guess ultimately I got so weak I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I remember saying my last prayer and just going under, and that was it. And it was just black from there, you know.
Whoa!
And so, and then what I come to find later is that Chase's father, who is still very close in my life today, that he had just had like triple bypass or some kind of heart surgery, like maybe like 2 months prior or something, you know, and I guess Chase is like, the little kids had these like little floats that they would like, you know, like little, they go around their waist and it looks like a duck or something, you know, whatever. But Chase had tried to come out and get me, but he got caught in another riptide and started going out after, you know, while I was out there. After
was
Matt
this on the Gulf Coast?
This is in Destin.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Chase's dad had to literally pick me or his son to save, because Matt and Brody, the other two guys, they were too worn out. They couldn't get back out there from trying to save me. When Chase was trying to save me, he got taken out, you know. So his dad had to sit there, and what he told me later is he came and got me. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
And then he said he was too exhausted to go get his son, and he just remember yelling at his son like, just come to me, or something like that.
Yeah.
And Chase somehow got out of it. And we all were on the beach. I was blacked out, passed out, not breathing. Everybody else was throwing up salt water. And I remember these guys like this group of people, like walking on the beach, like taking their evening stroll on the beach, and like missing this whole thing, and saying saying something like, those guys, what's wrong with those guys? You know, like, why they're throwing up and like, man, y'all need to like, they said something like,
clearly having no idea what you just went through. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, whoa, you know, like you just wanted to be like, you man, you know, like I almost died and you're over here like making fun of me. Like, geez. But it was really intense. And I remember, you know, one reason I don't want to go down the religion rabbit hole, but one reason I don't, you know, reside on the religious part anymore for me is because of what I went through. Yeah. You know, and also not just that, experience, but I remember when we got back to town, my mom and dad were like, "Hey, the church that I was raised in wants you and Chase to like tell your story, in front of everybody." I'm like, "I don't want to."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You don't have to. You don't have to." But I remember whoever was like the preacher or whatever at that time, like really pressuring us to do it.
Yeah.
And it was like really disgusting because it was just for like, it was cash grabbing.
Yeah,
it was just to get more
It
people
was-
in there
yeah.
and better offerings and all.
Oh, yeah, because I'm sure the way that they would spin it or whatever was
Right.
that the reason you're alive is
Exactly.
because of God.
And
which,
I just don't, for me personally, that's not a real thing.
Yeah. If somebody else wants to believe that for their sake, that's cool.
Very much so.
But,
Very
don't
much
try to
so.
don't try to force you to stand up there and say it,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
So,
I think it'd be taking credit away from the guy that swam out there and got you.
right. Exactly.
He's the reason you're alive.
That's exactly right. And so, it was, man, I haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah.
It's good therapy.
So, yeah. That's what I'm here for.
You gonna send me the bill
Yeah.
later?
Yeah. I'll send you bills in the mail. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, so after the McMillan thing, you went and did the hiking and backpacking and conquered your fears of water.
Yeah.
And then, so you were playing in the folk group or whatever while you were doing that?
We were called Sober Driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What
We were
what was
not
after?
sober. By any means. I bought I started an audio and lighting company.
Okay.
So bought the van, bought the trailer, bought all the audio gear and lighting, and went around and worked for acts like Blackberry Smoke, or I did a lot of hip hop acts actually. And I quit doing hip hop acts after a while, after like my 6th or 7th one, because it was just my gear ended up kind of getting more destroyed.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be quote unquote easier work because it's just like a couple wireless mics.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then like whoever their DJ is or whatnot. So
Right.
it wasn't a lot of lines to run.
Correct. Yeah.
So I figured it'd be easier, but it was like, it'd be like a fraternity house or whatever.
Okay.
And it was a great contract for each of those, but it was just, wow, like destruction.
Having to like replace things all the time or something?
All the time.
Yeah.
Like
So
all the time.
when you're moving from working behind the scenes on festivals to backpacking and rafting and playing folk and bluegrass to then sound, audio, and lights, at this point in your life, do you have like an ultimate goal or something you're working toward? And not that you need
Yeah.
one, because some of us are still trying to figure those things out. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. There's no judgment at all. I'm just wondering, like, what was in your mind, or were you just being like, I'm going to try this for a little while?
Yeah, it was. Well, ultimately, the audio and lighting was going to be my rig for the band.
Okay.
My new project.
Yeah.
Because we were doing the Frat Row USA,
Okay.
the SEC college.
The Sober Driver group?
No, this
Or is
is
it
just
different?
Davis Nicks.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, just 4-piece band,
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you remember like Trotline.
Oh yeah.
So I was with Music Garden.
Okay. Right on.
And just doing that frat world and
Yeah,
making
man.
great money, man. And it got into like that rig, ended up audio and lighting rig that I had. Just basically started, acts would just ask me that were kind of either original or whatever, that the fraternities would get.
Yeah.
I'd take it to them and got a lot of great work and made a lot of great money.
Yeah.
But one day, Kyle and Chad Wilson, the Wilson brothers? Mm-mm. Great people.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends. Chad was playing bass with me. Kyle was playing guitar with me. And I think Will Hudson was playing drums. But we had a great group. Like we were, because Chad and Kyle are brothers and they sing great harmony. They were singing harmony behind me. Like we were like just getting some great covers we could do.
Yeah, man.
Well,
And if you're doing it like a lot every weekend and frequently, you get so tight after you play with the same people that much. Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with the brothers,
Right.
family harmony,
For
if
sure.
you will, that whole thing. But so they started playing one night at the hotel, I think, or can't remember where it was, but they were playing some original music
Yeah.
that they had been writing. I was like, that's awesome. You know, like, shoot, man. So then I didn't want to do the fraternity scene anymore. I didn't want to do the cover scene anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of that thing. It was like making good money. Everything's great, but I'm kind of empty.
I would say more than not, most people get to that level at some point of like, okay, I can keep making pretty good money.
Yeah.
But it's not really scratching that itch, you know?
Yeah. So you asked about the goal. Yeah. The goal then was like to start doing original music.
Yeah.
You know? So ultimately that over the years, you know, has led me back to Nashville. But yeah, then like all the money left. You know,
funny how that works.
All the money left, and I had to sell the audio and lighting rig, which I was happy to do,
right?
Because I didn't want to do that anymore, and it was just a burden of making new cables and buying new bulbs for the movie, whatever. And then I met Wayne Mills, and then I met Josh Newcomb, and Josh Newcomb, Wayne Mills, Kyle Wilson.
Oh, Josh Newcomb, I haven't seen him in a while.
You know Josh?
Yeah. We played some shows together in Texas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with the old hoodie.
Yeah.
There's
a couple of times we showed up. There's a couple of times all three of us have played on purpose, and then there's once or twice where I showed up and Josh showed up to open up for Adam. Neither of us knowing that the other one was going to be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the venue screwed something up and booked us both. So we were like, it's just all
the management of the venue.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Imagine that. Huh. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, no. So, we did this thing called the Dixie Cocks or whatever. And it was a lot of fun. We really only played down at Floribama. But when Wayne was murdered, man, I went back home to Montgomery and kind of reassessed my position.
When that happened?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It was 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it was 5 years past month, November 23rd. Kind of went back home, realized I didn't really have a stable life, if you will, or stable friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And went back home, and my buddy Johnny Veras and Beth Veras had acquired some management over this old church that was built in like 1892 or something.
Yeah.
And super cool. I started doing promoting shows there, songwriting shows, bringing Adam Hood, bringing Brent Cobb, bringing Dale Watson, bringing Sonia Lee, bringing Chad Wilson, bringing Chris Hennessy, bringing whatever, you know, getting into that world because I love that.
Yeah.
So it's, I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff in there that I missed, but it's ultimately brought me back here.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Is that venue down there still going?
I think so. I'm not really involved with it.
What was the name of it?
I'm not involved with it at all. We called it the Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. It sounds familiar.
A safe place for original art.
We need more of those. We need more of those places.
Yeah.
Like so many towns. I'm looking for shows. I'm like, I can find a shitty little sports bar where I can go set up in the corner and play cover songs. But there's like, it's pretty hard to find like there's listening room type places or whatever along, which there may be. There's
a cool one in Montgomery. I don't know. Maybe the Sanctuary still does stuff like that. I know I was really the only one bringing in like, if you will, country songwriters and stuff like that. I guess more accessible stuff. I think they have like punk shows there. You know, I think like they even do like tap dancing lessons there. I mean, it's like community art, whatever your specialty is and your passion. Like Johnny's like, come on in, man. We want it. We want to support that.
What do you think about it, TearDrop? You've been quiet over there.
Oh, about the Sanctuary?
Just about life in general.
Oh, about life in general. Man, I don't know. It's you know, it's good some days, bad some days. Hopefully, it's somewhere in the middle most days.
Yeah,
it's
on the upside of middle is what I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
Anybody got any jokes? I'm not going to tell the pigeon joke.
I can't tell them on the podcast unless you.
I mean, you can say whatever you want to on my podcast, but
well, fuck yeah.
But I don't know if Davis is wanting to, you know, send this to his granny or anything. I don't know.
Well, she's got to know at some point.
Yeah.
who I hang out with.
Yeah, I say stuff all the time, and I'm like, sorry, Mom. I'm sure my parents will listen at some point, but
I'll find new friends one day.
Quit being a deranged musician.
What?
Yeah. Quit being a deranged musician.
Oh, deranged.
Deranged, yeah.
I thought you said quit going to the range.
Oh.
So what's going on with you right now, Davis?
I just released an EP.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I just released an EP, and
What's it called?
What is it called? Part 1.
Part 1.
Yeah.
Right on. I like that.
Very unique.
Cool. Where'd you record?
Welcome to 1979.
Oh yeah, here, East Nashville. Is that where it is?
It's over there, like in the Nations.
Oh, is it? I thought
Yeah.
it was East Nashville for some reason, but I know what you're talking. I've heard a lot of talk about that.
I love it over there.
Yeah, went well.
Yeah,
Everything.
Chris Moore and
happy
them
with
are
it?
great.
How many songs?
Yeah. We actually tracked. How many? We did 8 the first time and did 5 this time. So we tracked 13 songs. Have released 7 songs. 7 songs we've released so far.
Are you going to do put out an EP with those songs and then later come out and release the full thing with the other songs? Or are you going to do like 2 EPs? Do you have a plan?
Right now, the plan is March. All those on part 1 will be put together on part, because we did 2 sessions basically in the studio at 79, one in April, one in October.
Okay.
So all those part 1s in April been released in part 2. The second session we're going to put all together with part 1. I don't know, whatever. As of now, but this stuff changes.
Call it. If you put it all together, you should call it All Parts.
All parts.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All the parts. But this shit changes
And I get
every week.
I get a percentage point.
Probably like a Spotify payout percentage.
Yeah, there you go.
0.00023.
I want a penny for every 5,000 copies that you,
Deal,
sell.
man. Deal. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that it does change all the time.
Yeah. Well,
So Ben Ratliff produced it.
Oh, right on.
And I was hoping
Ratliff.
he would come today and hang out. And
Well, sorry, old buzzard.
but he's already been on here.
Yeah, he was early.
See, episode 1.
No,
Who was episode 1?
Chance.
Okay.
Yeah, Chance, and then Adam. I
Okay.
think Hood was like number 2 or 3, and then I can't remember after that. My buddy Brian Bandis that was in Love and Theft. He was an early one. Paul Jackson from Smoke.
Okay.
From Blackberry Smoke was episode 2. I think Adam
nice.
was episode 3. I don't know. I need to get Paul back in here.
Yeah.
That was early. I was thinking the other day about the audio quality of the first, 20, 25 episodes was very low. So I need
Really?
to go back. I mean, it's not the quality is fine, but the mastering hadn't quite gotten down yet at that point.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it was
right.
quieter. Everything sounded fine, but it was much quieter.
Yeah.
I've solved all that shit by now. I'm a professional.
There you go.
Next.
Yeah, a professional podcaster.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm going to go see Smoke this year for New Year's.
I was thinking about making the trek down there for that. Chance and I were talking about that. It's Blackberry Smoke and Brent.
And old Brent Cobb's going to open up. Yeah.
Where? I know it's in Chattanooga, right?
Yeah.
What venue?
I think it's the Memorial Auditorium.
Yeah, it's like Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium.
I don't have any other plans. I mean,
Right.
at this point, it's either that or sit here on the couch and have a couple drinks. So,
Yeah, I try to play New Year's these days.
yeah.
It's
I tried
exhausting.
for a while there. I was trying to find a show or whatever, but it's just a hassle.
Yeah, it really is.
Because nobody is going out on, most people are not going out on New Year's Eve for a show.
For sure.
They're
right.
going out to get hammered and count down to midnight and then kiss somebody and then go home.
Yeah.
So I've played numerous New Year's Eve shows that were horrible
Yeah.
as far as the music and the playing and the crowd. So
It's
granted,
it's a weird
if anyone's
one.
listening right now and would like to pay me a large sum of money to come play New Year's Eve, I
Right.
would love to.
Yeah.
I love playing New Year's Eve.
Exactly. Like $7,500.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's the number. You've been playing shows recently, or what's the plan on that? You touring, playing in town? What are you doing?
Yeah, so I've done a couple of revivals.
The revival is Revival 615 here in Nashville, Tennessee. Local songwriters night. Tuesday nights,
Tuesday nights.
Tin Roof on Montgomery. Rob Snyder is one of the guys that puts that on. I think he was in here for a podcast. People, if you're listening, check out earlier episode. And all the Mo boys. It's good times.
Yeah.
I was there last week.
Channing, Canterbury, and
Chris was on.
Kennedy.
Yeah, Chris Canterbury was on the podcast episode.
you had Dave Kennedy.
No, not yet. I need to get a
That'd be
singing
good one.
bastard in here.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell him,
Lord.
you can come in
That
here and talk, but
motherfucker.
everything you say, you got to sing it.
Yeah.
Your whole life story, I want you
Yeah.
to sing your life story. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got we wrote there's 2 songs that Dave and I wrote that are on the new record.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I've released any of those. No, those will be on the All Parts.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. I can't wait to listen to it. I haven't even heard. How long has your EP been out?
Almost 2 months. Almost. So it's still
shit.
fresh.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go listen to it. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I did and it was great. I'm sure it is great, but I'm not gonna say
No.
you know,
I mean,
I could easily lie and be like, yeah, man, I listened to it this morning.
Yeah.
It was great. But I
Yeah.
didn't. So
I don't know if I'd call you out, you know.
yeah.
I'd be like, what's
I'm
your
honest to a
favorite
fault.
What's your favorite ending?
The third song.
Third song.
The end of the third song was
Yeah,
great.
what is that called again?
Yeah.
You know that one guitar riff thing?
Yeah.
The one with where the snare is on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. I like that one.
So any shows coming
I
up
see
or
you
anything?
playing drums over there. I saw you playing drums. Yeah. who was that? I'm sorry. Some
That's all right.
this band we're watching one time.
Yeah.
Just not the most talented bunch of fellas. But man, they're trying. They were, and so they like walked up to us or something, or we're drinking at the bar or just trying to hang out, and it was something like, was that you? I don't know. The guy walked up and was like, man, so what'd you think? And it was like TearDrop, whoever I was hanging out with, was like, man, I saw you up there playing guitar, man. Yeah. Like I saw you hitting the, yeah, man.
Yeah, you were definitely playing an instrument.
Yeah. Like there was he didn't want to be mean because there's no room for, because that motherfucker could be bad as a joker like later on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
I feel like that a lot of times with songs. And I don't know if I'm just jaded or what.
Right.
But so many times I'm hearing people sing a song that they wrote, and I'm like, man, yeah, that's a song.
Well,
You wrote it.
I think
You wrote a song.
I think the best thing you can do is be supportive of other
yeah.
people that are putting themselves out there in any way, even
always,
if they're good or if they're great, whatever. Because I know I haven't always been a adequate guitar player.
For sure. Yeah. You should
Pretty bad for a long time.
well, I wouldn't say that you're adequate now.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm glad you think so highly of me.
I don't want to be supportive of you.
But
No, you're great, man.
One of the best things that ever happened to me learning to play was I played in church.
Yeah.
And it's this old Pentecostal church with all old people. And after every service, the little old ladies would come up to me. Oh, you sounded so good. I was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I was so bad.
And you play, if you want to feel good about yourself, go play or sing in church.
Right. But it gave me a confidence boost to keep doing it.
Yeah,
And
very,
think
very true.
oh, well, maybe I do have some talent. Maybe I should keep doing this.
Yeah.
And
I get that. I remember sitting at some friends of mine, the Coopers in Valley Head, Alabama, when my buddy Brent and all of us that ran around together, we were probably maybe in high school, probably like early high school. But I was playing. I was definitely not great or really good, but I was average for a pretty good for a 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'd sit around and play for my buddies. And I remember one of my friends' parents saying, well, come see you sometime when you're up in Nashville, like just joking about, whatever, someday.
Right.
And I remember thinking, I'm not going to do that.
Here you
I'm
are.
not that good. I won't be up in Nashville. And, here I am in some form or another.
Right.
In Nashville, technically. So
That's
you never
cool.
know, people.
Yeah.
You never know.
You really don't. I always love you're playing somewhere, someone says, you should move to Nashville. And I'm like, well, I did. I did.
Yeah.
It's like, what now? You
Right.
give me advice. Come on.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
What's next?
The going to Nashville or coming to Nashville or whatever is a good step. It's a good move.
Yeah.
And it's a lot further than a lot of people get.
It's humbling.
But it's still just one of the steps.
Yes.
Like you're not just going to move here and be like, all right, I'm here, everybody. Woo.
Yeah.
Give me the money.
Hit song USA.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to buy all my music now. I'm in Nashville. Yeah.
Right.
Who knows? I don't know the secrets, Davis Nicks.
Oh, I got them.
You got them?
Yeah, hold on, let me get them out.
Put them in a book. Let's sell it. Put them in a DVD. Don't people even watch DVDs anymore? How do people get things now?
VHS. We should do VHS.
Put it on a website that people can pay $10 to get into. Secrets of Life by Davis Nicks. $10 for entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a what are those self-help stuff you see on not self-help, but like the motivational speakers.
Yeah.
And the seven wonders of your mind to help you unlock your goals of your professional millionaire ways you didn't know you had. You know, it's like, huh?
Taught by someone who is unsuccessful in every other venture that they've ever had.
Exactly, because this is
bankrupt 10 times.
10th, this is their 10th venture. Yeah. And it's like $29,999 a month. And you're like, good Lord,
12 easy payments.
12. Yeah.
So Davis Nicks Part 1 is the EP. Mm-hmm. Available now on all fronts, on all things.
I believe so. Yes.
Right on. Do you have any kind of? Is there like some kind of location on the internet that someone could go to see more things about you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess ultimately just the social media world, right? Instagram,
social media, website, whatever, any of the things.
Yeah, all those.
Just your name.
Yeah, just my name.
At Davis Nicks.
Yeah,
all the things.
I think Instagram and Twitter are Davis Nicks, at Davis Nicks, and then I think Facebook is Davis Nicks Music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, go listen to the music, people. Mm-hmm. TearDrop.
Yeah.
Are you on the social medias and stuff?
Yeah. It's under my real name. It's James Womble, Wamble.
Womble. I like that name.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Yeah.
Except for your other family members.
Yeah, it's not a lot of us.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Any jokes? Anybody got anything?
Still no.
TearDrop.
I'm not a good jokester though. You got it.
I'm not drunk enough. I'm funny when I'm drunk.
We'll start with you, TearDrop. If you could go back to yourself at 18 and give some advice, what would you tell yourself?
That's a hard one.
It can be about life or music or girls or whatever.
I think I would say don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be okay. Like, don't worry about it as much as you worry about it.
Yeah.
I think everybody kind of deals with, or a lot of artists at least. I'm just taking a picture.
I don't know what he's doing. Davis is looking at porn on his phone, I think.
Yeah. But anyway.
Sorry.
Oh, you're cool.
That's good advice.
I think something along those lines, other than maybe showing me some shortcuts on things I took forever to learn on guitar.
Right.
Give myself some lessons.
Yeah. Davis, what about you? If you could give 18-year-old Davis advice, what would it be? Or 20-year-old or whatever, earlier in life. Or an aspiring person that's 18 or 20 and wants to be in music. What'd you tell them?
I would tell them to practice be a student of their craft, and or for me, if you really want to get into the business side of music, learn about it, like read about it, like ask questions of people that are older than you that have been doing it. Yeah, and like figure out, just like there's nothing wrong with doing it your own way, so to speak, but maybe it would have lightened that load a little bit for me back then if I had listened and I said a lot more of no, I don't know anything about that. Right. I want to know.
Be okay with not knowing.
Right.
Yeah. And aspiring to know. Yeah. For sure.
There's so much information out there that, just about anything you want to know about how the business works.
You can probably find 4 different versions of the answer to a question.
Yes. There's no particular right way.
Then you got to pick which one you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one way to
Unless
do
you
anything.
get all those standard agreements. It's like, well, I'm not standard.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows anything. But that's as much as I know to say.
I believe that too. Everybody's kind of making it up as we go.
Let's grab some guitars and play some music.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking, guys.
Yeah, anytime.
Appreciate you having us on. Yeah, this is a song that me, Dave Kennedy, and Adam Hood wrote called Between Yes and No. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On a microphone, 2 days at the wheel, a 20-year occupation, feeling cheated by the deal. It took some time to be alright, living lost in a dream, but I'm slowly getting by, fighting my way upstream. This life of mine ain't black and white. There's a whole lot I don't know, but I'm coming round to settling down somewhere between a yes and no. It ain't no big secret to find a little peace of mind. Just get those wheels a turning and try to keep it between the lines. You gotta keep it between the lines. This life of mine ain't black and white. There's a whole lot I don't know, but I'm coming round to settling down somewhere between a yes and no. Somewhere between a yes and no. You gotta learn to let the small things go.
Oh, yeah.
That harmonica sounded awesome.
Davis Nix, everybody. Thank you for listening, oh, you wonderful friends of mine. If this was your first episode, well, welcome. You can check out more episodes at don'tstifleme.com. You can go to the show notes for this episode at don'tstifleme.com/068. And there's a lot more stuff there on the website if you want to check it out. If you enjoyed this talk, please make sure you subscribe so you can get all the new episodes there on your device. You could also share with anyone who might be interested in these kinds of talks. If you really want to, you could go to Apple Podcast app and leave a rating and a review. That would sure be a cool thing for you to do. If you're planning on buying something on Amazon.com, you know you're going to. You're going to get some shoes or some phone chargers or whatever it is you kids are getting out there. Headphones, earbuds, TVs. I I'm just looking around at things in my house here. When you want to get something on Amazon, before you do that, if you could jump over to don'tstifleme.com, the podcast website, and click the Amazon banner there on the homepage, that will redirect you back to Amazon.com, and you will pay the same price that you would have anyway, but it'll send a small commission to the podcast here for sending you there. You could also find some behind the scenes extras and stuff and help support the podcast over at patreon.com/DSM podcast. For just a few bucks a month, you can get some behind the scenes pictures and things and help keep this thing going. And once again, that's patreon.com/DSM podcast and don'tstifleme.com for the Amazon shopping link. And that's it. I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm done rambling. I'm done sounding like I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you so much for listening. And the podcast social medias are all at DSM Podcast. Mine are all at Jacob Stiefel. That's it. I'm done. I'm really done right now. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll talk to you again soon. Much love. Bye-bye. Perfect.
That's cool.
The most perfect.